Alright, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. Let me first check if it's the live is working. Salakia, brothers. If it's picking up the audio. Alright, Shalom, Akim. Okay, yeah, it is. Alright, cool. Let me turn off this fan real quick. Close the window too. Alright then. Alright, Shalom Akim. First off, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Alright, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father in the ancient Hebrew, and Yahweh Shai being the name of his beloved Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ in the ancient Hebrew. That's where it starts, that's where it begins, upon calling and believing upon those two names. Alright, the name of the Lord Yahweh, in the name of his Son Yahweh Shai. Alright, and Bahashem Rakah HaKodash, just meaning in the name of the Holy Spirit. I'd like to give double honors to my apostles and my elders, the great millstone, who taught us well, and who we all learned under. And a sincere shalom to you, the elect out there, listening and teaching this word out in truth and in sincerity. Alright, I'm the brother Alau Madamat, from a branch of the GMS LA camp. We come out here teaching every Saturday from 2 to 5 in the evening here in the San Fernando Valley. You catch us out here teaching in the streets of Ventura and Vesper. But yeah, today's lesson, I just wanted to center it on various topics, through the Spirit. There's a lot that's been happening, alright? And like our apostles say, man, a lot happens in a day. And yeah, just mainly, I did just want to focus on this brother's video. Let me see if I can get it. His brother's video, his dream. He titled it, he had a vision, pretty much going into how some brothers just did not make it. And I don't know if in this particular video or another video I had seen, yeah, brothers have been doing a bunch of responses to it. But yeah, they spoke about the parable of the 5 talents. I don't think I have that tabbed up. I can get it just now. But let me switch back to the camera. Let's get this. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25. And Salakia. I'll start at 13. It says, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 13. It says, "Watch therefore, for ye know not, neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh." Alright, so we want to be that servant who was found watching. Alright, doing the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Because like we said in previous lessons, we don't know how much longer we have. We see everything that is happening right now. Alright, like I said, a lot has been happening ever since the end of the last year to the beginning of this year. Going into that inauguration, that ban on TikTok. Alright, the fact that you had all these CEOs, the people in charge of all these social media companies in that inauguration. Alright, the guy in charge of Facebook, Instagram, the guy in charge of Google, the guy in charge of TikTok, man. That goes to show you that Esau is he's planning on making moves real soon. Don't be surprised, like when it says in the book of Amos, the 8th chapter. Alright, when it speaks about there being a famine not of bread or water, but a famine of hearing the words of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Let's get that actually. Don't be surprised when all this happens, man, because hey, that's what Esau, man, is he's begging on. Alright, he doesn't want this word to come out. He can't keep it contained. Alright, like he wants to, man. Let's get this in the book of Amos, chapter 8. This is the book of Amos, chapter 8, and let's see. And I'll start at 11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai." Alright, so these I believe that was just a test, man, to see how the people would react. And you had the people losing it once TikTok itself was banned. All right, you had all types of people crying, praying to President Trump as he was, he's their God, pretty much. A whole bunch of people whose livelihood was on that shit, man. And all that shit is folly, man. A lot of you people are gonna come to realize that they don't give a fuck about you, man. All right, you're gonna lose it all in an instant. Just like one of the topics I did want to go to as well. Let me see how I could bring it up, actually. So same thing with let's see, with this whole Capital One thing, man. How there was an outage for like I think 5 days where people were not getting their direct deposits. And I could attest to that. I was one of them. Pretty much, I was supposed to get like half of my pay stub. I believe on Wednesday is normally when they get it. And I recently signed up for that. And the first week, man, there was just an outage for 5 days. A lot of people did not receive it until I believe is Saturday in the afternoon or like Sunday in the morning. A full like 5 to 6 days. And you had a lot of people frustrated saying, that they're gonna switch over, they're gonna cancel these banks. But so what? So what if you do that? All right, hey, I believe, man. Once this device comes in, man, that Corogma, and this is just the issuing out of it. I believe this is because they blamed it on a third-party vendor, and it's in my belief that they want to push out that digital ID, leading to that device in Revelation 13 and 18 on down. Hey, so I believe that's what it's all leading up to. Because it's not just going to be one digital bank, man. It's going to be all the banks next time. All right, people will not be able to receive that deposit, all right, unless, they have that device in them. And that's why we're gonna be turning to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai when these things come to pass. All right, but yeah, going back, I don't want to get too sidetracked. Going back to this brother's vision, pretty much. Let's go back to that parable of the talents. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25 and 13. It says, "Watch therefore, for ye know not, neither the day nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servant and delivered unto him his goods." And it says, "And unto the one gave 5 talents." And this is Yahweh Shai, our distributing of the talents. So, let me get some water. It says, "And unto them he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man so according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey." All right, so every man received a different measure of talent. All right, different. He distributed the wealth, differently amongst every man. Each man, whether they had 5, 2, 3, 1. All right, but here's the thing. It says, "Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them other 5 talents." And that's what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai requires you to do. All right, to double up what it is that has been given. Because let me just continue reading it. I wanted to make a point, but I don't want to rush right into it. It says, "And likewise he that had received 2 had also gained the other 2. But he that had received 1," all right, so Sam again, that guy who received the brother who received 2 talents, he doubled it up. All right, even though he didn't double it to 5, I mean, he didn't triple it. Hey, the Lord still requires that he doubles it, man. At least he did something with it. It says, "But he that had received 1 went and digged the earth and hid his Lord's money." All right, so this particular person, man, he dug it up. All right, he hid it. And to him, the Lord is not asking for that, man. He wanted usury, like it was going to tell you, interest on that. It says, "But he had that received 1 went and digged it to the earth and his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that received the 5 talents came and brought over 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. All right, and that's what we want, to be able to say, hey, we doubled it up, man. We did everything in our power, all right, to do the best to serve you. All right, it says, the good and faithful servant, thou hast been faithful over a few things, I will make thee ruler over many things. All right, so the Lord entrusted us with what little we had. Like I said, it doesn't matter, how much of the talents he gave you, whether it be 5, 2, 3, or the 1. He requires you to double it up, just like any functional business. All right, any functional business requires you to produce. All right, it's all about hitting that quota, like it's saying. And if you don't hit that quota, they're gonna get rid of you. Just like the Lord's business. Is that not what Yahushua said he came here to do? All right, he came here to do the will of his Father. His meat is to do the will of his Father. All right, it says, let's get this. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou hast delivered unto me the 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. All right, yep. It says, enter into the joy of thy Lord. It says, then he which hath received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown. All right, that's not an answer you want to give. Yo, that is bugging right there, man. All right, saying you hid the Lord's money. No, man, the Lord doesn't want you to hold on to his money. Like a precept that I think I had lined up here is the book of Matthew chapter 10 verse 8. It says, heal the sick and cleanse the lepers, raise the dead and cast out devils. Freely have you received, freely give. All right, we have received this word, this truth. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has healed us, man. We repented. All right, how selfish are you to hold on to that, man, and not be able to distribute, give up that healing that's been given unto you, unto the others? All right, there's 144 that need to hear this word. The Lord ain't dealing with someone who's gonna hide it away in the ground, like our apostles say, man. Hide that talent in a napkin. The Lord is not dealing with a particular soul like that. He wants this truth to flourish. All right, and it's flourishing. All right, it's being proclaimed all around the 4 corners of the earth. But every man has to do their own, has to pull their own weight. We're going into this vision. Some did not make it. That should put fear in each and every one of us. Because, like we said in previous lessons, nothing is ever guaranteed. We don't know who we are. We don't know if Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to save us. All right, that's why it says to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right, every man has to do that. It says the book of, let's go back in Matthew 25 is 24. It says, then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee not, Salakia, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering what thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there has that is thine. Now this is what Yahushua is going to answer. It says, his Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore have to put my money to the exchangers. All right. So, make a profit out of it. Again, doubling it up. All right. The Lord requires usury, like it's going to tell you. It says, money to the exchanger, and there are my coming. I should have received mine own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him with 10 talents. So, You could be replaced just like that. Just like in any other company. If you're not producing, if you're not meeting the quota, you could be replaced just like that. It's nothing personal. It's all business. All right. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, he said it himself, man. He said, many are called, few are chosen. All right. The laborers are Salaki, the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. Knowing that the laborers are few, man, get involved, get active. So, hey, the weight isn't all on just the next man. All right, you do what you must. All right, in order to push this word out, serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, ease the burden off other brothers, off our apostles, our elders who've been laboring in this faith for years. It says, take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him with had 10 talents. For unto every one that hath shall be given, and he that shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away, even that which he hath. All right, so it could be taken away easily as that. It says, and cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right, so there's nothing but destruction that awaits you. All right, those of you who took for granted this word, this truth. All right, let me get this in the book of Sirach. This is a point that I wanted made. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 14, and the point is at 3, but I'll start at 1. It says, blessed is the man that hath not slipped with his mouth, and is not pricked with the multitude of thy sins. All right, hey, there it goes. Hey, blessed is the man that has not slipped with his mouth. Pretty much like it tells you in the book of Timothy, man, study to show thyself approved, rightfully dividing the word of truth. All right, don't just say anything that comes to your mind in these lessons, or when you're in the camp, or when you're sending up your prayers, man. Pretty much we've all been given that period at the very beginning at coming into this truth, man, absorbing this knowledge. All right, reading, studying, praying. All right, asking for that repentance. Hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, all of us had that at the very beginning. All right, in order to grow and to get yourself established. All right, confident in this word. And it tells you, it says, and is not pricked with the multitude of his sins. Again, when you repent, man, don't, like it tells you, don't let your sins weigh you down. All of us fall short in this thing, man. None of us here are perfect. We don't claim to be perfect. But we understand the grace of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and the tools that he gives us. That's when certain spirits are messing with you. Learn to identify that. All right, pray to the Lord. All right, fasting is a major tool that we all need to practice. It keeps us in the spirit, man. It keeps us closer with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, making sure that connection is there. It says, verse 2, it says, blessed is he whose conscience has not condemned him, and who has not fallen from his hope in the Lord. All right, so blessed is the man whose conscience has not condemned him. All right, who's continually fighting. All right, no matter, what struggles in his life. All right, what spirits may be messing with him. All right, we understand that the word needs to go out. But here's the point that I wanted to bring out. This is the book of Sirach 14 and 3. It says, riches are not comely for a niggard. All right, and what should an envious man do with money? All right, again, these riches, these true riches, the understanding, the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding. This word, it's not comely to a niggard. Let's look I looked up that word niggard. It says a stingy and ungenerous person. All right, you don't want to be a niggard when it comes to distributing this word. You want to be able to bring it out. Like it tells you in Galatians, I believe. And there's a word in Spanish as well. I think tacaño. I was jesting with my coworkers about the owners of the job. Yeah, pretty much tacaño, which that also means stingy. All right, stingy or mean. All right, you don't want to be stingy when it comes to distributing this word. Because like it'll tell you I believe it's in Galatians. You reap what you sow. Is the book of Galatians, chapter 6. I believe it's at 7. it says, "Be not deceived; the Lord is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, he shall also reap." All right, hey, like we went on our last video, hey, the Lord, you can't deceive him. Hey, his angels are everywhere, man. His eyes are beholding everything. He knows what's inside your mind, what's inside your heart. All right, he's the one that created that heart of yours. It says, "Be not deceived; the Lord is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For he that soweth to his flesh shall the flesh reap corruption." All right, so if you're constantly feeding into this flesh, man, all right, if you're constantly not occupying yourself with this word, all right, but you're doing the things that please you. It says, "But he that soweth to the Spirit shall the Spirit reap everlasting." All right, we're withdrawing. What is it called? No, we're depositing our money to that spiritual bank account, like it tells you in Matthew 6. Let me get that actually. This is the book of Matthew's, chapter 6 and 19. It says, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon the earth, wherein moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal." All right, we're not putting all our eggs in the world, man. We're not aspiring, having our plans, our 10-year plans in this truth. I mean, Slaki, in this word, in this world. I mean, we're not pursuing a career, a marriage, something to establish hospitals, schools. We're not doing all of that. We're not thinking that far ahead in here, man. Of course, we're steadily maintaining, obtaining our bread day to day. But our focus is on this ministry, is on pushing out this word, this truth. It says, "But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt." All right, we're putting money in our spiritual bank account. All right, with these the labor that we do for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, with this making of these lessons, these videos, our reading. All right, are we making sure we're being a brother? All these different things. It says, "But lay up for yourselves treasures in heavens, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal." And no one could get through this. All right. It says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart also be." All right. So our treasure, man, it's with doing the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And in the days of trouble, we're hoping we could withdraw all of that. So withdraw from it, all right, and be saved, in these dangers to come. That's what it's all about. But going back to Galatians chapter 6 and verse, I'll read 7 again. Or, no, we were reading, let's see, verse 8. It says, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall his flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall the Spirit reap life everlasting. And let us not be weary in well-doing." Hey, so don't be weary in well-doing. All right, it's all about doing the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This is our good. This is a good thing. Like it tells you. Let me get that in Romans. Man, this is a blessed work that we're doing, and this is like it tells you, our reasonable service. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 1. It says, "I beseech you, therefore, brethren, all right, by the mercies of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Lord." All right, we're living sacrifices. All right, we're denying ourselves right now for the moment. All right, in order to do the will of the Lord, to teach this word. It says, "Holy and acceptable unto the Lord, which is your reasonable service." Again, this is a reasonable service of ours. It's ultimately it's the right thing to do. Why wouldn't you want to serve the Lord, the one who created you? All right, that's the only opinion that should matter, like we've been saying. But let's get that back in verse 9. It says, "And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." And again, it's all about that endurance, making sure we pursue this to the very end. All right, not fainting, like it says in the book of Sirach. Let's get that in Sirach too. Oh, the caps are on. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2. It says, Salakia. I'll start at the very end. This is verse 12. Or I'll start at 11. This is, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction. All right, but this is all for the people that repent. All right, that the people that the men, the brothers and sisters that have that fear of the Lord. All right, and that is moved. All right, but here are the people that are gonna be destroyed. This is, woe be to the fearful hearts and the faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. All right, 1 foot in the world and 1 foot in the truth. All right, the Lord is not looking to save someone like that, man. Hey, He made you just for your destruction. It says, woe unto him that is faint-hearted. The Lord doesn't want anyone that is faint-hearted. Hey, did He not tell you, endure all hardness like a good soldier of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Mashiach? It says, for he that believeth not, there shall be not defense. Salakia. For he that believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. We're coming to see who the Lord is working with, like it tells you in 2 Ezra 16. All right, hey, we're going to see who the men of the Lord are. It says, woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? All right, so hey, this is a question that is being posed. You are going to have no defense. All right, no fortress. All right, especially those of you calling on a different name that isn't Yahweh. All right, that isn't Yahweh in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shai. It says, they that fear the Lord will not disobey His word. And again, it's all about, do you have the fear of the Lord? Are you moving with the fear of the Lord? That's who the Lord is coming to save. He's not coming to save someone who fears men. No, He's coming someone who's trying to do right by the Lord, that truly fears Him. It says, and they that love Him will keep His ways. All right, and they that love Him, is He going to keep His ways, man? All right, it's commanded of us to teach. All right, to do the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It says, they that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing. All right, so do what is right again in the sight of the Lord. It says, unto Him, and they that love Him shall be filled with the law. All right, and again, we still follow these commandments to the best of our ability. We can't follow it 100%, but we do what we can. We understand the keeping of the commandments, and we understand the grace of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's something that wasn't given to everybody. All right, but those of you who have that understanding, man, hey, continue on. It says, they that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in His sights. All right, it's all a thing of humility in this thing. Saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. Our understanding everything is the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, we're going to do everything in our power to fight for Him, all right, and do what we must in order the Lord's will be protected and saved out of here. It says, for as His majesty is, so is His mercy. All right, the mercies of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All praises. Now, let's get that in Timothy's. Let's see. Let's see. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 14. Or let me see. I'll start at 11. This is, these things command and teach. All right, this is what the Lord is telling us, man, time and time again, man. And the Spirit is being pushed out there to continue on teaching. All right, to do this for as long as we have, because we read to you what the book of Amos, the 8th chapter, all right, about there being I don't think we finished that actually. Let me see. Salakia, brothers, I don't think we did finish that. Let me get that back. is the book of Amos, chapter 8. And I'll start at 11 again. It says, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, I will send a famine in the land, and not a famine of bread, nor of thirst of water. Alright, so it's not a famine of any of these things, but of hearing of the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We spoke about that TikTok ban. Alright, the censorship that is coming up real quick, with Trump and his influence. And ultimately, they follow the rule of these wealthy elites, alright, these elite bankers. Which, if you're spiritual, you understand that it's all the Most High doing this, man. It speaks about how the Lord, man, He ruleth in the kingdom of man in the book of Daniel, the 4th chapter. So these devils may think, they have a plan, and they want to issue that plan, but it was the Lord that planted that seed in their mind. All right? It speaks about that in the scriptures, how the deceived and the deceiver are His. All right? It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and shall not find it. Alright? In that day shall their fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. Alright? And they're fainting because they have none of the answers, man. They're going to want the answers, the understanding. But they're going to realize once we're no longer online or able to teach in the streets, that they're asked out. And it's just going to be them and their thoughts, man, the judgments that are coming among Salaki to our people. But let's get this back. It says these things, 1 Timothy 4 and 11, it says, these things command and teach. All right, that it's time to speak, man. There's a time to speak, and there's a time that we're going to be silent. It says, let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers. All right, hey, we missed out on certain things of the world, when pertaining to our youth. But we really are missing out, man. Hey, this world, man, it's not our rest. A lot of it, leads to these people's destruction, man. All right, hey, the Lord, man, he's showing us, man, that He's coming real soon. It says, let no man despise his youth, but be thou an example unto the believers. So be that example. It says, in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. All right, hey, do all these things, man. Remain occupied in this truth. Man. It says, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which thou hast given thee by prophecy with the laying of the hands of the presbytery. All right, don't neglect the gift that is given unto us, man. If you have that understanding, all right, if Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is supping with you, man, hey, let this like the scriptures tell you, man, out of his mouth shall flow rivers of living water. All right, hey, don't like we went at the beginning of the lesson, man. Don't be a niggard in this truth, man. Don't be tacaño when it comes to teaching this word. All right, to distributing this word. Like it tells you in Galatians the 6th chapter, man. I believe we just read it. Let's get that. Actually, it's escaping me. Let me see. Galatians 6. Salakia, brothers. This is Galatians chapter 6. And verse 9. It says, and let us not be weary in well doing. Alright, so don't tire in doing the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This is our well doing. Alright, doing the work of the Lord. It says, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. Okay, so we're gonna enjoy the benefits of it, man, if we faint not. Okay, it says, meditate upon, this is back in Timothy 4 and 15. It says, meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them. All right, that word holy, I believe it means entire, holy. Let me see if I could Google it. It says it is entire, fully. All right, so fully into this thing, man. I believe that elder in Mississippi, man, he said we should treat this as our career, because this is the only thing that matters. It says, Salakia. It says entire, fully, whole. Back to the root word whole, pretty much. So let's get this back in 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 15. It says, meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear. Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. And again, man, this word needs to be taught out, man. It needs to be out there in the four corners of the earth, man. And the Spirit is moving our apostles, our elders, man, to give that extra push. All right, under the people, under us, man. So like under them, talking about us. It says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. All right, so take heed of this word. Don't just make no tarrying to turn into to the Lord. Let's get that in Sirach 5. It says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. All right, so this is, man, this is what it's all about. Understanding why you're here. We're here, Lord's will have shown mercy on to be saved out of here. All right, out of the destruction that's going to hit Babylon the Great. It's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. And not only that, it's the right thing to do. All right, to serve Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. So let's get that in the book of Sirach 5. And we're going to close it out soon. I got to get ready for work. We're going to go in some of these articles and just talk about it. Lord's will, I'm able to post the articles in the description, and Lord's will, we'll do a video on it like later when we got more time. It says, the Sirach verse 5 and 7, it says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth. All right, so don't make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, thinking that you have all the time in the world, because that's how Jake works, man. They're a master procrastinator. Hey, the Lord is visiting real soon. Take heed, like we just read in 1 Timothy. It says, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed. All right, when you think everything is all good, it's all straight. When it says in Thessalonians, when they shall say peace and safety, then shall sudden destruction come. It says, and perish in the day of vengeance. All right, set not thine heart upon goods unjustly gotten. All right, don't set your heart, all right, in these treasures of this earth, man. Think of how you can serve the Lord. All right, repent and get yourself right. It says, for they shall not profit thee in the day of calamity. All right, the goods you have on this side, man, they're not going to profit you. It says, it speaks about that, how gold and silver is not going to deliver you in those days. Okay, let's see what else. Oh yeah, the articles. Man, like I said in the beginning, there's so much going on right now. All right, here's an article talking about how like California and other states are trying to sue Trump for the executive order, which he signed. Like I believe it's in the first day he signed. He got rid of birthright citizenship. And this is gonna happen. I think it's unconstitutional according to the 14th Amendment, which that's why he's getting so much feedback. But hey, we see these moves coming, man. Like it tells you on right here, it says California is helping to lead a coalition of states suing to block, to order select to the order as unconstitutional. Hey man, it's let's get this in Revelation. Brothers already know this one. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and to the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, so this devil, man, he's coming down with that great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time. And like we spoke on, man, this is all the will of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai that's putting it, the thought in these men. All right, to sign this act, to execute this and that. All right, we understand that there's going to be sedition, upwards of the people. All right, not everybody is going to agree. All right, these devils are going to have a full-out, civil war. All right, and ultimately, hey, we're waiting for that device thing, like we just spoke on in, let me see, do I still have it? This outage that happened All right, in Capital One, where people were not getting the direct deposits, man. It's all leading up to that thing, that Koragma. All right, this was the ultimate prophecy that we're waiting on. It speaks about how these men, Salakia, it spoke about old and young, free or bond. They're not going to be able to buy or sell without that device in them. Again, it all leads up to that. And then all these other prophecies are going to, the Civil War, World War III, all type of shit is going to rain havoc. This is another one. Again, I'll probably do a video later on these articles. Salakia, due to the interest of time, we can't really speak much on it, but this is a video. This is Salakia. This is an article that Brothers have sent. This is Trump says ICE can arrest people at churches and schools, direct agencies to use common sense. So, hey man, under another administration, man, you had these sanctuary cities, man. All right, and they were claiming to say that in the churches and the schools that they weren't going to be touched. But now, hey, this devil is saying, hey, no, let's go all out. All right, and that leader he has appointed, Tom Homan, I believe, man. If you listen to the way he speaks, man, that's how a lot of Edomites think. All right, they're our natural-born enemy. Think about the wrath that is going to come upon our people. Again, good chapters to read are 2nd Ezra 16. All right, Jeremiah 30. All right, the book of Daniel's. All right, the 12th. All right, these are unprecedented times, and it's going to be the wrath of our people. It's all going to be to attack the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and we're seeing prophecies. We're seeing the pieces being laid on the board pretty much. It says federal immigration authorities will be permitted to arrest people and carry out enforcement actions in near places such as churches and schools, making a departure from a long-standing policy to avoid so-called sensitive areas. All right, so there's not going to be no avoiding. All right, there's going to be no escape, for these people. It's going to be all hell on earth for our people. Okay? And again, another article that a brother had sent. This is how Trump could launch airstrikes on cartels by deploying 850 billion U.S. military might to crush terrorist drug gangs. And again, the face of Teerrorist. All right, the face of terror, man. They want to make it out to be our people. And again, it's there's gonna be heavy profiling. And with this, man, hey, it might be just all out hell, man. Just like it is in the Middle East, hey, he might just treat them like they do with those Palestinians. Like a brother had brought out that point. It says, the Make America Great Again man last night signed a slew of policy-changing executive orders, including one that designate gangs from Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela, and El Salvador. All right? Let me see. Is this the... we'll read it later, in our own time. I did want to cover this. I believe it talks about the MS-13 and the Venezuelan refugees over there in the East Coast. Pretty much it's going to be all hell on our people, man. They're not going to be able to tell, who is who, pretty much. And it's all going to leave to a lot of judgment, to our people. But man, Lord's will, I can get to this later. Salakia, I gotta get ready for work. But Lord's will, you brothers were edified. Again, I like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. And a sincere shalom, to you fellow believers out there. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakatham to you, brothers. Shalom. Lord's will, until next time, brothers. Shalom.